हेलो हेलो। आती आवाज आ रहा है उसमें फोन में चेक कर। हेलो हेलो। नहीं आ रहा। क्या नहीं आ रहा? क्या आ रहा ना? सो हाँ, ठीक है। हेलो हेलो। माइक टेस्टिंग। हेलो 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 हेलो। माइक टेस्टिंग रावटले सर। हेलो हेलो। ఇప్పుడు వస్తుంది సార్. हेलो हाँ. हेलो हेलो हेलो. हेलो हेलो हेलो. माइक टेस्ट 1 2 3. अति आ रहा ना अभी? वॉल्यूम नहीं आ रहा कुछ भी? वॉल्यूम बढ़ा दो. हाँ माइक. हाँ. ఏదో గూగుల్ ఏదో ఉన్నట్టు నిన్నటి నుంచి రెడ్ ఉంది సార్. నిన్నటి నుంచి రెడ్ ఉంది సార్. హలో హలో హలో. తీసుకుంటాం సార్. హలో హలో. డిలే ఉంటుంది సార్ యూట్యూబ్.
Very good morning, everyone. I request all the delegates occupying the last rows to come and sit in the front rows of the auditorium so that those who come late can occupy the seats at the back. I request all the delegates to come and occupy the seats. Even NAARM AERA faculty can come forward. लोगों को अंदर ले आ सकता हूँ। Good morning, everyone, again. Kindly please settle down. The dignitaries are arriving in the MS Swaminathan auditorium. I request all the delegates to kindly settle down. We are moments away from the formal inaugural function of the 33rd Annual Conference of Agricultural Economics Research Association. I kindly request all the delegates to kindly settle down immediately. The dignitaries have arrived. Request all the delegates to kindly stand as a mark of welcome to the dignitaries on the dais. A very warm and very good morning to everyone assembled here. It is more than a coincidence that ICAR-NAARM Hyderabad, during its Golden Jubilee year of celebration, is hosting the 33rd Annual Cultural Economics Research in its beautiful campus. On behalf of ICAR-NAARM Hyderabad, I, Dr. Mahantesh, Scientist, Systems Management Division, ICAR-NAARM,
I'm Dr. Supriya, Scientist, Information and Communication Division of ICAR-NAARM. Extend a heartfelt welcome to each one of you to the inaugural session of the 33rd Annual Conference of the Agricultural Economics Research Association, AERA. We are privileged to have among us distinguished leaders, eminent scientists, academicians, and delegates from across the country. Your presence today enriches this important gathering. We are extremely happy to host you all on this occasion.
before we commence the formal inauguration, I request our Honorable Director, Dr. Gopal Lal, sir, to welcome the chief guest with a bouquet of flowers. Chief guest, Professor Ramesh, member Niti Aayog is our chief guest today. Thank you, sir. I also request our Director, Dr. Gopal Lal, sir, to welcome Dr. A.K. Sood, Deputy Managing Director, NABARD. I request Dr. P.K. Joshi, sir, to welcome the guest of honor, Dr. Himanshu Pathak, Director General ICAR, with a bouquet of flowers. I also request Dr. P.K. Joshi sir to welcome Dr. Samrendu Mohanty, Conference President and former ACR Regional Director of SIG. I request Dr. Ranjit Kumar, Organizing Secretary, Principal Scientist, and CEO AIDA ICR, to welcome Dr. P.K. Joshi sir, President AERA, Gopal, Director ICAR-NAARM, Dr. Anjani Kumar, Secretary AERA and Senior Fellow, International Policy Research Institute.
Thank you, sir. Let us begin the session of offering our reverence to our great nation with the national song which inspired the Indian national movement and India's independence. I request everyone to kindly rise for Vande Mataram.
वलयज श्रीकरा सस्य श्यामला मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् रुद्रज्योत्स्नपुलकितयामिनी
Dr. Gopal Lansar, Director ICAR-NAARM, is an accomplished agriculture scientist, horticulture leader, enabling
Conference President Dr. Samir Mahmood, the President of AERA, Dr. C.K. Joshima, and Secretary of AERA, Dr. Anjan Kumar, PhD graduates. Warm welcome to everyone. Delighted to have the dice and off the dice, the so many stalwarts present here for this important conference. And equally, I am grateful to all of you for accepting our invitation. It is a matter of great pride and privilege for ICAR-NAARM to host the third annual we are delighted to welcome advancing gender equity, An insight to guide decision making at national and state level rather than the international level. The ICAR-NAARM, our vision has always been to build ecosystem for research, education, extension, and agribusiness incubation startups. Hosting this conference align with our continued efforts to nurture knowledge ecosystem, promote agripreneurship through AIDEA, and support emerging scholars and young professionals. I am confident that your presence and contributions over these 3 days will further strengthen the academic exchange and foster collaborations across institutions. With these words, I once again welcome you all at ICAR-NAARM and to the 33rd AERA Annual Conference. I wish the conference great success and look forward to meaningful discussions and fruitful outcomes. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for setting a warm and inspiring tone for today's session. Moving further, I would like to introduce Dr. Anjani Kumar. Sir is a distinguished economist and senior fellow at IFPRI. His work has significantly influenced policies related to agricultural markets, food systems, rural development, and South Asian trade. As the secretary of AERA, he has been instrumental in strengthening the association's research footprint. With this, I invite Dr. Anjani Kumar to present an overview of AERA.
Good morning, namaskar. I join first of all Dr. Gopal Lal, Director NAARM, to welcome you all on behalf of HERA and on behalf of NAARM and on my own personal behalf. Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Ramesh Chand, Member Niti Aayog, and Chief Guest of the function, respected President AERA, Dr. P.K. Joshi, esteemed guests of honor, Dr. Himanshu Pathak and Dr. A.K. Sood, our conference President, Dr. Sem Mohanty, Director NAARM, Dr. Gopal Lal, Organizing Secretary, Dr. Ranjit Kumar, many esteemed colleagues sitting, Professor Vijay Pal Sharma, Professor P.G. Changappa, Vice President Dr. Asmita Sirohi, other Vice President Dr. Hulas Pathak, and Dr. K.G. Satsai, Dr. Sachin Kumar Sharma, and all esteemed delegates. It's my proud privilege to welcome you all to this 33rd Annual Conference of Agricultural Economics Research Association. As you may be knowing that we are a 38-year young association. It was established in 1987 and it has grown from its very modest beginning to now we have 1,300 members, like members, more than 200 institutional members and 38 honorary members, and also many fellows. Another dimension is that all the luminaries of agricultural economics, they have served this association in one capacity or the other capacity, beginning from Dr. Sirohi, Dr. S.S. Johal, Dr. S.S. Acharya, Professor Dhyanath Jha, Professor Ramesh Chand, Professor Changappa, Dr. Mrityunjay, Dr. P. Kumar. They all have put their best efforts to nurture this association, and we are feeling proud that now it has come to a concrete structure. It has evolved into a very vibrant, dynamic association and nurturing the cause of agricultural economics and policy research in the country. Sir, over the past many years, we have tried our best to strengthen the ecosystem of the agricultural economics research in the country. Specifically, we will mention a few initiatives which we have collectively taken. We have expanded the member base, life member base. We have made consistent efforts to increase the strength of the society across geography, across institutions. Earlier, it was mostly confined to ICR institutes and state agriculture universities, but we are making concerted efforts to go beyond our NAR system, to go to universities like JNU, IIT, many other academic institutions which were not traditionally within the ICR institutes and this. And also we have tried to inculcate few foreign fellows, foreign academicians into this fold. We have enhanced the financial strength of the association so that we can ensure long-term stability and ability to support new initiatives of the association, improved the editorial process. You all may be knowing AERA published Agricultural Economics Research Review, and we have always tried to improve the editorial process, enabling the journal to uphold the highest scientific standards and remain a credible platform for publishing the scientific outcome. Expanded capacity building efforts in last few years in partnership with International Food Policy Research Institute, in partnership with NIA, partnership with IRI. We have been doing capacity building activities, particularly for the young scholars who are PhD scholars or very young candidates. This year also we have organized 2 training programs, and also now we have taken initiative to organize regional workshops in different parts of the country. We organized one in Bihar, another in Gujarat this year, and also a brainstorming session on agripreneurship in Delhi. So these are some of the activities we have taken, and we have tried to deepen our collaboration with national and international research institutions, broadening our engagement, and also you all have seen in 2024, we were the lead organizer for the Indian International Conference of Agricultural Economics, which was held after 66 years under the able leadership of Professor Ramachan and the guidance of Dr. P.K. Joshi, and Asmita Sirohi took the lead in organizing this conference. That was really a milestone for the Agricultural Economics Research Association, and it was very well organized and successful. So with this, I extend my sincere thanks to our Honorable President for the guidance, to the Executive Council for the support they extend, and to all the AERA members for their faith in us. Your encouragement inspired us to move ahead with more speed, more vigor. And this year's conference, Dr. Gopal Lal has already reflected some of the issues. I think this is very timely, we all know that Indian agriculture is navigating through a very complex system, climate change, gender issues, and agripreneurship. All these 3 issues are very important for the sustainable and inclusive development of Indian agriculture. And I will not talk much about this. Dr. Joshi will cover some of the things, and we will look forward for the very meaningful deliberation during the next 3 years, so that we can have some actionable recommendations to pursue with the policymakers, to pursue with the implementers. And with this, I wish the conference a great success and look forward for very meaningful, useful, and fruitful deliberations and policy discourse for the next 2-3 days. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Anjani Kumar, for significantly highlighting the AERA's successful journey, tracking its progress since its inception in 1987. We have with us Dr. P.K. Joshi, sir, President AERA, who is one of most respected agricultural economists of the country, a former director of IFPRI South Asia, and also former director of ICAR-NAARM. He has authored several influential works guiding the policy making in value chains, natural resource management, markets, and food security. I welcome you, sir, to share your ideas on this conference occasion.
Thank you very much. Good morning to everyone. Our chief guest, Dr. Ramesh Chan, member Niti Aayog. Our guest of honor, Dr. Himanshu Pathak, DG ICAR-NAARM, Dr. A.K. Sood, Deputy Managing Director, NABARD. Our conference president, Dr. Sevendru Mohanty, Dr. Gopal Lal, Director of NAARM, Dr. Anjani Kumar, Secretary AERA, Dr. Ranjit Kumar, Organizing Secretary, our past President, Dr. P.G. Changappa, Dr. N.K. Tyagi, former member of ASRB, Dr. Vijay Pal Sharma, Chairman CACP, Dr. Sachin Sharma, DG RIS, and I have several colleagues and friends, senior colleagues are here, friends, and very, very distinguished our delegates, faculty of NAARM, senior colleagues, friends, government and industry representatives, young scholars, and very dear students from various universities and NAARM, and ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, it's my great pleasure to welcome all of you for this 33rd Annual Conference of Agricultural Economics Association. I am grateful to our chief guest, Dr. Ramesh Chan, for accepting our request to be the chief guest and address our distinguished delegates. We are also extremely grateful to our guest of honors, both Dr. Sood and Dr. Himanshu Pathak, and Mohanty Saab for accepting the responsibility of chairing the entire conference. Thank you very much to all of you. At the outset, friends, I welcome on behalf of AERA and on my own behalf, my sincere thanks to Dr. Gopal Lal, Director of NAARM, for hosting this conference. And really, we are grateful to you for hosting this conference. Earlier also, NAARM has organized conferences in 2011, and then 2017, it's the Silver Jubilee Conference was organized in NAARM. We thank you very much, Dr. Lal, to you and the entire faculty for your support to AERA and its activities. A special thanks to Dr. Ranjit Kumar, the organizing secretary, and his entire team. Please give a big hand to them. The conference was made possible because of your hard work, and the association deeply appreciates your continued support. Thank you very much. Friends, this is the Golden Jubilee year of the National Academy of Agricultural Research Management. And my heartiest greetings to all NAARM staff, faculty, and all who have contributed to make NAARM a very strong institution. And I feel that NAARM has done remarkably well during last 50 years. The journey of 50 years was very rewarding and very, very productive. I remember that 1st of September 1976, I joined here as a ARS probationer, which was the first batch of Agriculture Research Service. So I feel proud that I'm addressing today to this forum, and at the Golden Jubilee celebration, that 50 years, the journey was remarkably well. So I will request all of you to give a big hand to NAARM, its faculty, its staff. Friends, today our Indian agriculture is very rapidly growing and at a historic crossroad. In 2025, if you see the growth rate, it was more than 5%. So Dr. Ramesh Chan used to say that now new normal in agriculture is 4%. So earlier it was less than 3%, but new normal is 4%. But last year, or this 25 year, this was around 5%. And we hope that it will further accelerate. We have record production of almost all the commodities in India. So this sector is, is a global success story. We do not have witnessed such a success story any part of the world. So we need to learn lessons from Indian agriculture, that how it had transformed from a deficit country, from import-oriented kind of country to self-sufficient, and then surplus, and now it is export-oriented country. So this is a history of Indian agriculture which was led by technology, policies, institutions, and infrastructure. So a perfect symphony was created to accelerate the production and income of the farming community. Yet, now in the 21st century, we have lots of opportunities and also lots of challenges are there. So I'm briefly listing five broad, promises first, challenges later on. The first, the opportunity is that there is an unprecedented government support and favorable policy environment for agriculture and agribusiness. This is the first time in the history that such a support has been given to Indian agriculture. There are various schemes, whether you take irrigation, rural network, electricity, or subsidies on fertilizer. So everything, lots of schemes are there for farmers to increase production and their income. During 24-25, the government has allocated roughly 16 US billion dollars for for Indian agriculture. So this is one potential. We have to have opportunity which we need to see that how we can further harness this opportunity. Second is agri infrastructure is expanding. So traditionally, the agri infrastructure was different kind. It was rural roads, irrigation. Now it is different kinds of rural infrastructure is coming up. Government has already established a agri infrastructure fund of around 12 to 13 billion dollars. So huge amount has been allocated to create infrastructure, which is on storage, cold storage, warehouses, logistics, and value chain development, developing markets. So a different kind of a paradigm shift has been observed or has been seen in infrastructure development. So this is second one. And here we have observed that the private sector participation is very, very high. So this is another opportunity for all of us to harness. The third is the agri marketing format is also changing. And we are witnessing increasing direct and digital marketing, both at the consumer end as well as producers end. Both places we are seeing that there is the direct marketing and the digital marketing. And many states are changing their APMC laws. And these laws are helping attract private sector, promoting FPOs, contract farming, and also value chain development. Fourth is that we are self-sufficient in most of the commodities, So there is a huge opportunity for export, processing, and the value addition. Fifth one, which is last but not the least, there is a more and more participation of women and young in agri and agri-business. So this is another, inclusive kind of development which we are witnessing in agriculture. So these are the five broad opportunities which I see for future Indian agriculture, at least for the next 5 years. Few challenges which are already known challenges which we have to address. One is the smallholder agriculture. We have small holdings, more than 90% of the holdings are small. Traditionally, we used to say small is beautiful. Well, small is still beautiful, but we need to help the smallholder in agriculture to take advantage of the economies of scale, how we can bring consolidation of holdings or consolidation of products so that the farmer can be benefited. The second big challenge, I hope that Dr. Ramesh Chand will elaborate more on it, the huge subsidies in agriculture. Roughly 46 US billion dollar subsidy on food and fertilizer alone. Huge subsidy, and it's still bothering Indian government that how we can bring down this kind of subsidy in Indian agriculture so that this subsidy can be translated to some investment opportunities. Third challenge is the recent conflicts and trade has already disrupted the entire world, is affecting all of us, and the talk of the, everywhere talk is that the US has imposed 50% tariff, which is likely to affect our agriculture. But it's again an opportunity. Also, we are diversifying our agriculture to other countries. Then climate change is a real problem, and which is adversely affecting production and the income of the farming community. There are two things which are challenge as well as opportunity. One is the surplus management. We have now a huge surplus of most of the commodities, and when you have surplus, the prices crash down. And if you have surplus, the opportunities that you have for value addition, you have for export processing. So huge opportunities there for the value chain development. So both challenges and opportunities. Second is the waste. Waste management is another issue which is a challenge as well as opportunity. So friends, to harness these challenges and opportunities, we need to, learn the lesson which we have learned in the past, a perfect symphony of technology, policy, institutions, and infrastructure. We need forward-looking uh, policies, and we need a ecosystem where policies should be comprehensive, multi-sectoral, and be inclusive, that bring several interconnected priorities in a most effective way. So I have, we used to say the rainbow revolution. Rainbow revolution in agriculture is with respect to the production. So I have tried to say that, to mention the rainbow policies. What rainbow policies? I have listed down that what the meaning of rainbow policies. And here my rainbow R is resilience building. The policy should build resilience. So any kind of resilience, it should be perfectly workable. A in rainbow is it should be anti-poverty. All programs should address for the poor, and the policy should be accessible to all the stakeholders. I is for inclusive, inclusive of all the stakeholders, young, women, farming community, industry, all the stakeholders who are involved in the process of production and the marketing. And for nature balance, conserving natural resources, and B for balanced regional development. It should create regional balanced development. During Green Revolution, we have seen the regional development was not there. Punjab, Haryana, part of UP were developed, but rest of the country was benefited. O for optimizing our resources, financial resources, natural resources, human resources, how to optimize those resources. And W is for well governance, the effective governance. So there will be trade-offs among these, indicators what I have listed. So this is the role of agricultural economists, that how to minimize trade-offs and maximize efficiency and the utility. So with this, in this context, friends, last year we have decided the conference theme as innovations in agribusiness, empowering women, and climate resilient agriculture. These are three sub-themes, but they are interconnected for more rewarding, inclusive, and resilient agriculture. So these sub-themes, we have lots of papers, and these will be organized by Dr. Smita Sirohi, Dr. Ilmalai, and Dr. Suresh Kumar. We have in this conference, we have two symposia. One is on agricultural trade, which will be organized by Dr. Sachin Sharma, Director General, RIS, and second is on agri-food innovations for sustainable rural transformation by ICAR-NAARM, by Dr. Shailendra Kumar. Thank you to both of you for organizing this symposia. We have a panel discussion which is being organized by NAARM, Dr. Ranjit and his colleagues on perspective of agribusiness for Viksit Bharat and the perception of industry for academia. How do they feel about agriculture and agribusiness? We also have a policy dialogue which is being organized by International Food Policy Institute, IFRI, by Dr. Anjani, Dr. Mamta, and Dr. Devesh. It is on transforming value chain. So these are the few important sessions we have. We also have a wonderful session, it is on Dr. G.K. Chadda Memorial Lecture in memory of our Dr. G.K. Chadda, a renowned economist. It will be delivered by Dr. Vijay Pal Sharma, who is chairman of CSCP, and he will be talking on agricultural policy, agriculture price policy in India. We also have a workshop for our young professionals on journal article writing, which was last year was also organized, which is being considered one of the best sessions, and it will be organized by Dr. Vidya, professor at IIM Ahmedabad. Friends, we have very brilliant minds attending this conference to deliberate on challenges and opportunities in Indian agriculture. I am sure that the conference will provide practical recommendations for implementation. I urge all the delegates, members of AERA, especially our brilliant Gen Z agriculture economists, that let us not wait for the change. Let us lead the change to make India a Viksit Bharat. And to make this happen, AERA will facilitate and help all of you to make India a Viksit Bharat. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for presenting a clear roadmap for the technical sessions ahead and also recalling the progress of ICAR-NAARM on this Golden Jubilee year. We have with us Dr. Samarendu Mohanty, who is a renowned global expert in agricultural markets, food security, and impact assessment. As former Asia Regional Director at the International Potato Center, he led large-scale programs across continents. His research has influenced global discussions on commodity trade and nutrition-sensitive agriculture. With this, I invite Dr. Samarendu Mohanty, Conference President, to address the gathering.
Good morning, everybody. I apologize, I have a bad cold, so I'm trying to recovering from the cold, so my voice is a little down. If I start sneezing or coughing, please bear with me, please. Anyway, good morning, everybody again. Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Ramesh Chandji, Member Niti Aayog, Honorable Guest of Honors, Dr. A.K. Sood, and Dr. Himanshu Pathak, this Dr. Chengappa, Dr. Vijay Paul Sharma, and Madam, I think the Bhavani Madam, the Chairman of the National Turmeric Board. It is glad to see a senior bureaucrat attending a AECON meeting. I think we need more bureaucrats to be in this meeting. And anyway, I think she just stepped out of the auditorium on the dais there. It is my pleasure to be here today to invite you all to the 33rd National Conference, Annual Conference of AERA. Although I've been involved with AERA for a long time, for nearly 2 decades, this is the first time I'm attending physically the meeting. And it's a great pleasure to be here attending it, in person there. Although I've been involved in AERA meeting virtually and never got a chance to come here and attend physically this meeting there. I'll be talking to you in a little while, so I'll be very brief. You don't want to hear me again after 1 hour. So I'll be very brief just to say that a lot of work went behind the scene. I would like to thank Dr. Joshi, Dr. Anjani Kumar for their work over the last 6 months. As conference president, I've been attending some of the meetings, not all. My apology for that. And also NAARM, Dr. Ranjit Kumar, and our NAARM director, they have been working really hard behind the scene to make it a successful conference here there. I see the full crowd here. That actually says a lot about the organizations. The efforts went behind the scene by Dr. Joshi, Dr. Anjani Kumar, and Dr. Ranjit Kumar there. Please give a big hand to the organizer there. I think they have done a wonderful job in terms of making us today come here and attend this meeting there. I think the whole theme of this whole conference is the changing agriculture. Indian agriculture is changing by the day. The agriculture, what it was 5 years ago, is not the same. And agriculture, what it will be 20 years from now, will be very different from what it is today. I think my address today, this afternoon, or after this inaugural session, will be how to cope, how to stay relevant. As economists, how do we make sure we're relevant and we keep pace with the changes happening in agriculture there. I think Dr. Joshi just outlined some of the changes happening in Indian agriculture, not only in Indian agriculture, I think all across the globe, agriculture is changing, but particularly the changes are much more prevalent in the developing countries like India, China, Southeast Asia there. So we are going to see a lot of changes happening in the Indian agriculture in the coming years and decades there. And as an agriculture economist, I think we need to make sure we reinvent ourselves to stay relevant in this changing landscape of Indian agriculture there. I've worked with the CG centers for last 18 or 19 years, 18 years. Uh, CG centers always is led by a biological scientist, breeders, crop scientists, and always agricultural economics or the social science, always the one get the worst building, they have the least budget, and any sort of budget cut is we are the one affected the most among in the CG centers, what I've seen there. So it is not the Dr. Pathak also now leading it. It is not his fault or any of the biological scientists who is your director general. I think we need to make sure we show our value to them, how we are relevant in the mission of the organizations there. I think we have done a terrible job in the past in showing that how we can contribute to the mission there. That's the way I look at it going forward. This profession is going to be very important. I think Dr. Ramesh Chan, I'm pretty sure will talk about that. How to make sure we stay relevant, not only in the CG center, national systems, in the state level, regional level, district level, whatnot there. I think we are the epicenter of everything happening. Okay, we are the epicenter. We connect all the forces happening in the agriculture sector there, either be biology, societies, governance, institution there. I'll talk about a lot about the changing agriculture, how to stay relevant in this profession in my address later on. So I will not repeat on this thing right now. So I will just sum up saying that thank you very much for inviting me to come here and so as the conference president, I'm my sincere apology for not being able to contribute the way I would like to. I would have liked to contribute it in the last several months there. And I'll in a little while give my address and again welcome you all to the 33rd annual AERA conference there. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. You may be down with cold, but you made us feel warm with your appreciation for the organizing team and also setting the agenda again one more time. Now we have amidst us Dr. Himanshu Pathak, who needs no introduction. He himself is an institution who worked on climate-sensitive agriculture and sustainable agriculture practices. Sir, your presence has made a significant contribution to this AERA conference. I welcome you for your address.
Thank you very much. Good morning to each one of you. Honorable Professor Ramesh Chandji, Mr. Sood, Dr. Joshi, Dr. Lal, Dr. Mohanty, and on both the sides, two Kumars, Anjani Kumarji, Ranjit Kumarji, all very distinguished participants, Dr. Sharma, Secretary, Turmeric Board, DG, RIS, Dr. Chingappa, all the esteemed faculty members of NAARM, all the very distinguished members of AERA, and very importantly, a large number of students who have joined this particular conference. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a great honor for me and also for ICRISAT for being here to share some of our thoughts and also organize this particular conference jointly. But before I say anything, let us all congratulate NAARM for celebrating Golden Jubilee, 50 years of a very successful story. Dr. Joshi said he entered NAARM in 1976. Sir, I came into this campus for the first time in 1992, 21st of January. And since then, I have stopped counting how many times I have come to this particular institute. NAARM is our Gurukul in ICAR, you know. And today I represent ICAR because I was formerly somebody. And then, of course, NAARM and certainly ICAR. So congratulations, Dr. Lal, and all of your faculty members, and of course, all the predecessors, Dr. Joshi is sitting here, and everyone for making this organization a great organization. Now, I am also a Hyderabadi. I live in this city. So let me also welcome all of you to Hyderabad, a very historic and also modern city, a cosmopolitan city, city of pearls, seed capital of India, they say in agriculture, and also the city where ICAR is located. Welcome each and every one of you for this great city. Friends, this is the time of transformation. The whole world is under rapid transformation, whether it is technological transformations, AI, genome editing, GM, and all these things, social transformation, economic transformation, geopolitical transformations. In all of these, we are in the midst of very rapid transformations, very fast. The way we used to do research, education, as well as extension is also transforming very fast. Dr. Joshi and Dr. Mahanti is touching about it. All are changing. Some of these changes are in a very positive direction, but some of these changes are not so positive, rather adverse. Now, to harness the benefit of all these positive transformations, and also to address the challenges of adverse transformations, we need innovations. So when I saw the title, I was really happy to see that this particular conference is going to address innovations and three very important areas: agribusiness, women empowerment, and of course, climate resilience. So first of all, innovation, which is the title. What is innovation? Of course, all of us nowadays use this term almost every day for various things. But let me just give you an example. This one, of course, without this, probably none of us can live now or move around. If you talk it only a mobile, a phone. So Graham Bell discovered telephone long back. So that was an invention. But that scientific invention of Graham Bell, telephone, has been put into something like this. Science is same, but lots of addition, deletion, manipulation, improvement, and everything has gone into, and now it is serving almost many kinds of things in addition to telephone. So this is one innovation, or an integration of several innovations putting in one device. Invention was that Graham Bell's telephone. I mean, each of these three areas which have been identified over here, we need innovations. Dr. Joshi very rightly said that in agriculture, particularly in this country, now we are in a very comfortable position so far as production is concerned. Highest amount of food grain, 357 plus million tons. And globally also, as per FAO's estimate, this year, the global food production has also been the record one. In spite of all these turbulences, challenges, crises, calamities, conflicts, and so on. Highest amount. But that doesn't mean that nobody is hungry in this world. That doesn't mean that food security and nutrition security has already been achieved. No. Still, there are very big challenges. If you see this country, income, particularly from agriculture, is one of the major challenges. Job is another very big challenge. Job particularly for our youth. Dr. Joshi talked about Gen Z and others. That job is another very big challenge. And there are several other challenges which can be addressed through agribusiness. And when we talk of agribusiness, we talk of the entire agri-food system, starting from input production to input distribution, delivery, crop production, harvesting, post-harvest, marketing, import, export, the entire gamut of things, which collectively we call as agri-food system. In each of these systems, there is scope for agribusiness and there is scope for innovations. That we really need to harness. And for that, we really need innovations. Second one is extremely important, is women empowerment. Globally, around 43%, and of course in this country around 50%, population-wise. But if you see their contribution in agriculture, it is more than 60%. In certain countries of Africa, it is around 85% plus of agriculture-related activities are done by it. But even there are lots of challenges and issues. All of you know it very well. How to address those issues? We need innovations. We really need rapid innovations. It cannot continue the way it is continuing for last decades or centuries. And of course, when we talk of climate resilience, we all know how serious it is. It is not a matter of future. It has started happening. It is happening for last few decades or so. And it has got potential to disrupt almost all the gains whichever we have achieved over the years. These 357 plus million tons of food grains cannot be assured for next year if climate doesn't work or doesn't function the way we expect it. And it is not going to function like this. So all these uncertainties for food as well as nutrition security is a challenge, and climate resilience is one of the very important areas. Now in all these three directions, whether it is ICAR or CGIAR, and of course Government of India and all over the governments all over the world, they've really started doing something, and there are very good achievements, very, very good achievements over there. In agribusiness, and particularly women entrepreneurs, I think in this country there are hundreds of good examples where women entrepreneurs are really doing exceedingly well, running very successful agribusinesses. But then those numbers are still small. It has to be more and more. In the area of climate resilience, for example, ICAR in last 20 or last 10 years or so, we have made a point that whatever variety ICAR will be releasing, each and every variety must have at least one component of climate resilience. So around 3,000 varieties which ICAR has released in last 10 years or so, more than 2,500 varieties are having at least one component of climate resilience. And that could be one of the reasons that in spite of climate change and climatic anomalies, food production continues to make records. There are many other reasons, policy support and everything. But then this could be one of the reasons, in spite of all these challenges and turbulences in climate, food production doesn't go down. Had it been around 20-25 years back, with slight delay in monsoon or so, food production would go down, but it is not happening now. That doesn't mean it will continue doing so if we do not innovate in this particular area. Many things are happening. Let me give one or two examples of ICAR, because after this lecture I have to go back there only. In all these three areas, ICAR as well as of course whole CG are really doing some very important and impactful work. Agribusiness has become one of the core areas of research activities and development activities of every CG center, including ICAR. In ICAR, we have got which I call as AIP, Agri Innovation Platform, where all these value addition, including marketing, product development, and so on, is one of the major activities. And this has generated several startups who are working with us. We are also working with private donors, with state governments, particularly Telangana, of how to reach all these new products and new innovations to the grassroots level. Gender is one of the major issues in CGIAR all along, and there are several activities on that. Coming to climate resilience, and of course, this is a very important announcement all of you know about Pulse mission of Government of India. Dr. Joshi said that we are almost stopped importing several things, but pulses and oils. So these two areas are still there. And fortunately, ICAR-NAARM works on some of these areas which have got very good resilience to climate change, when you talk of millets, when you talk of pulses, and so on. Now, just 2 months back, ICAR-NAARM has developed one pigeon pea variety. And I would like to say how this is connected to that topic. All of you know pigeon pea. Indeterminate type, it goes on flowering, and then farmers have to harvest 3 times or 4 times. Now, we have developed a variety which will mature like rice and wheat. Annuality, 1 mature. Height is 2.5 feet, just like rice and wheat. Duration is 120 days compared to 180 days plus for our traditional varieties. This is photoinsensitive, means it can be grown anytime during the year. And it can tolerate temperature up to 45 degrees centigrade temperatures. And the yield is 2 to 2.5 tons per hectare. It can be harvested by machine because uniform maturity in one go, height, and all kinds of things. So this is a kind of product which has got potential to change the whole game of pigeon pea production, which is one of the commodities Government of India is still importing. We are also almost at the final stage of releasing 2 hybrids in pigeon pea. Now, all of these things I am saying that innovations in climate resilient agriculture and also agribusiness and women empowerment has been the core of research of not only ICAR-NAARM but all other CG centers. And therefore, friends, these kinds of activities we really need to come. And I know during these 3 days, all of you are going to discuss in detail about these things and, of course, many others. And what I feel that for innovations, as well as the whole agri-food system, agriculture economists have got a very important role to play. You are the bridge between the scientist, a breeder or a natural management scientist, and the policymakers, and also at the end of the day, the farmers. You can package this information and create the narration, which will help the policymakers to take right decision, and also influence them to make right investment in research, development, education, as well as extension. And I'm sure in these 3 days, we are going to discuss all of these things in great detail. Friends, when we talk of innovations, I think we need 3 basic things in innovation. For innovations, we need an enabling environmental ecosystem. Without enabling ecosystem, it is very difficult for innovations to come up. This is number 1. Number 2, for innovations, we need collaboration and partnership. By alone, with one institute, it is very difficult to have innovations nowadays, because we are not talking of innovation only at one point, we are talking of innovation in the whole agri-food systems. And thirdly, for innovations, we certainly need investment. पैसा तो चाहिए, चाहे नेशनल सिस्टम को हो, चाहे इंटरनेशनल हो. We really need investment. And how, where, how smart, and how innovative that investment could be to promote innovation is something truly you can give the direction. And that's what I'm sure will be coming out of your deliberations. So friends, finally, I think let us ponder on these 4 or 5 things, besides, of course, whatever we have already planned for. Number 1 is let us focus on the areas which has got multiplier effect. Not only one, but it has got multiplier effect. Second one is let us also try to have some kind of changes at ecosystem level, not only at individual level or not only one issue, but at the ecosystem level. Third one is let us also have some kind of linkages between science, policy, stakeholders, farmers, donors, and so on. So that is extremely important. And of course, in all these developments, let us empower women. I really can find a very good integration or connection of all the 3 themes which you have identified. So let us have women-led innovative agribusiness for climate resilience or for agri-food system. Let us identify women-led climate warriors, because without their participation, this big goal cannot be achieved. Without their participation, agriculture cannot be transformed, and whatever we do, without their participation and empowerment, the dream of Viksit Bharat cannot be achieved. Let us try to do that. In Hindi, what I say, गांव, गरीब और गृहिणी, ये तीनों जब तक मिलेंगे नहीं, तब तक कृषि की भलाई तो नहीं हो सकती. And that's what we really need to discuss. That's what we really need to debate of what kind of innovations can be done in collaboration as well as in partnership. International, national, local, regional, and so on. So with this, once again, welcome each and every one of you for this historic city, for this great institute, and of course, I wish a very, very successful, a very, very productive deliberations, and we will be looking forward for the recommendations which will be coming out of your deliberations, because these are so important, these are so pertinent to address not only today's challenges, not only to harness today's opportunities, but also opportunities and challenges which are emerging or which are going to come. Thank you very much, each and every one of you, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for your visionary insights into science-led solutions for global agriculture, and also highlighting the importance of agricultural food systems and the role of women in agriculture. Moving further, we have Dr. A.K. Sood, Deputy Managing Director of NABARD, who is an eminent banking and rural credit expert. His leadership has contributed significantly to rural financial reforms, credit planning, agricultural startups, and digital finance initiatives that empower farmers and FPOs across India. With this, I now invite Dr. A.K. Sood to deliver his address and share his valuable insights with us. Please.
So, very good morning to all of you. Respected Dr. Ramesh Chandji, member, Niti Ayog, and chief guest for the today's function, Dr. Himanshu Pathak ji, DG EQSEC and guest of honor, Dr. Mohanty, Dr. Gopal Lal, Dr. P.K. Joshi, Dr. Ranjit Kumar, Dr. Anjani Kumar, Dr. Vijaypal Sharma ji, Dr. Satsai, and some of my other known people from college days who are sitting here. I'm really privileged to be present here among this August gathering. I'm the odd man out because all others are from scientific community and I belong to a developmental financial institution. So I want to take this opportunity to present my viewpoint. How do we see innovation? How do we see women empowerment and climate resilience? And how do we work with the communities? You know, NABARD, since its inception in 1982 when it got separated from RBI, So we have been dedicatedly working for agri and rural development, and we have done a lot of innovations in financing and in other areas. One of the major initiatives that we took was the SHG movement that we started in 1982. Now this has become the largest microfinance program in the world, and now this has taken the shape of NRLM. So a lot of women empowerment is happening through that route, but still we have a long way to go. So as far as innovations is concerned, so while working with the communities, we feel that there are some areas like technology adoption, marketing, financing, apart from production and agro processing, where innovations are required. One of the major areas, if you see any rural entrepreneur, the major problem is marketing these days. Even if they are able to increase their production, if they are not able to market their produce efficiently with remunerative prices, then all their efforts are down the drain. So I think innovation in marketing is very, very paramount. Similarly, innovation in financing. We know that we have 85% small and marginal farmers, and many of them, particularly the MSMEs, the micro sector of the MSMEs, they are not able to access the financing. So innovation in financing is very, very crucial. So we have been working in this with regional rural banks and cooperative banks. We are also supervisor of these entities. Of late, we have set up a shared services entity along with the NCDC and other cooperative banks, which is providing hand-holding services to these institutions so that these institutions, they come up and start innovating, because these are the institutions which are very closer to the farmers, very closer to the rural people. And they are the ones who address the credit requirement of the smaller segments. So I think, and then we are also now working with startups, rural startups, agri startups. So 10 agri business and rural incubation centers we have set up, and I think 2 of them, they are within these campus also. The latest increment has been in Sher Kashmir Agriculture University, Kashmir. Since I was heading Jammu and Kashmir regional office for 3 years, so I was well versed with the problems of that area. So recently we have sanctioned one, and there is a good ecosystem in that area, particularly in the Kashmir region. So I think with working with these startups, they will also be able to provide a lot of solutions. There's a problem. Okay. So some of the ventures, some of the startups with which we are working, and it's not only that we are providing incubating services, we are also investing in them. We have a subsidiary called NAARM Ventures, so which is also investing in them. So a lot of investments we have made. So I think some of the examples which I would say, one is the Lemurian Ventures, which is improving the dry fish value chains in coastal Tamil Nadu, where we have done. Then one is SNRAS systems, driving innovation in biofloc aquaculture. Only some of the examples I am giving. Then there's Aqua Exchange, which is in near Vijayawada in Andhra Pradesh, where we have also partnered with them, signed one MOU with them, financing the aquaculture farmers. So it is financed by one of our subsidiary, which is called NAARM Kisan. So it is bringing digital intelligence to the shrimp value chain. So I think while we work with these organizations, we have a lot of intelligence and we have a lot of understanding that what are the needs of the farmers and what is the approach we should have working with these. So I would request that from research perspective also, a lot of integration is needed with the market participants. While it is true that we work for traditional research that we are doing, but now we need more integration for marketing, for market participants, how they operate, what are their requirements, and practically working with them. So that will give a lot of insights for us also, for researchers also. And I think as Dr. Pathak talked about ecosystem approach, I think that is very relevant. It's very, very relevant, and collaboration is something that we have been broaching very vigorously. Climate resilience is also very important, that our esteemed speakers, they have put a lot of effort on this. But funding for climate resilient agriculture is one of the major issues. Now, we have also tried our best to scout resources from various national and international organizations. But then we have only burnt our fingers. Very, minuscule investment is available. Now we have come up with our own facility, NABARD Green Lending Facility. We have set up in January last year. And we have sanctioned about 1,000 crore of projects, which are catering to solar irrigation, climate resilient dairy systems, biofuels and ethanols, electric mobility, some of the projects that we have financed so far, green rural enterprises, so that we take a lead. And these are little subvented funds from the market. We have created our own green impact fund, so which is subventing these funds so that these become little more affordable to the people. I'm sorry, I'm using this opportunity to promote my organization. So I think I thought let me take this opportunity, and probably you will also get to know what is happening on the other side. Similarly, for sustainability, we have come out with a new program called Jiva. Maybe some of you may be aware. So now this is working in 12 states, and we are expanding it based on the experience to other states as well. So this 3 days event, I'm sure it's going to be very, very successful, and I would request that we must work on some of the leads that our previous speakers have given, that how can we scale biological and natural farming model sustainability. This is one of the challenge. Maybe we have solutions available, but when it goes to the field, then we face challenge in terms of replicability, scalability, and adoption. How do we design the next generation of rural business ecosystems that integrate climate, markets, and technology seamlessly? So these are some of the challenges. And one more is how do we deepen the Grameen credit score? I think this was one announcement that was made by the Honorable FM in the last budget. So we are also working with some of the organizations for like IBA and CIVIL. So I hope that this 33rd annual conference of AERA, there will be a lot of success, and I'm deeply looking forward to the ideas that will emerge from this platform. I stop here. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir, for aptly highlighting the innovations of financial institutions, especially on the microfinance aspect. And now we have some important release of publications. The first one is the souvenir, which has been compiled on the occasion of 33rd AERA conference. I request the dignitaries to facilitate the release of this important publication. The souvenir is edited by Dr. Gopal Lal, Dr. Tava Srinivas, Dr. Sanjeev Kumar, Dr. K. Srinivas, and Dr. Ranjit Kumar. The 33rd Annual AERA Conference also marks the release of first issue of Agriculture Economics Research Review, published in collaboration with Sage Publications. On this occasion, I request Dr. P.K. Joshi, sir, to talk few words about the publication and release the publication.
Friends, it's a historic day for AERA. Please give a big hand to the it's a new partnership we have developed with SAGE. Now AERA and SAGE will work together to publish the Agriculture Economics Research Review, which is our flagship publication. And I am sure that with this joint partnership, we will further grow and will publish more interesting, more attractive, more impact-oriented articles. Friends, ERA is strong because of this publication. ERA is now a brand, and I feel that ERA is strong because of its members. All members, its delegates which are attending this very important conference, and is strong because its members are strong in knowledge, in their integrity, and in the purpose of contributing significantly in this particular journal. I wish to thank from SAGE side, Ms. Rachna and Ms. Harsita. Harsita is here. So please give a big hand to Harsita and Rachna. And from from ERA side, we have our editor, Dr. Yes, Dr. Seema Vatla is here, she's professor at JNU. Smita is there for contribution in this. Dr. Anjani and Premchand and Girish, they were significantly contributing from ERA side in finalizing this partnership with SAGE. So thank you very much to all of you from ERA side, your great contribution. The day will be remembered. It will be attached with the Golden Jubilee celebration of NAARM, and it is the new beginning of ERA, this new shape of the journals. So with this, thank you very much, and enjoy subscribing this, read this journal, and try to publish as much as you can. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, all along, if you have seen us, we were struggling to find fitting words to introduce anybody, but we have yet another personality who is Professor Ramesh Chand. It's difficult to introduce him, but then his words, any words he speaks, will translate into a policy and a policy dialogue. We welcome you for your address, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Dignitaries on the dais, President AERA, Conference President, Guest of Honors, Director NAARM, Office Bearer of AERA, Local Organizing Secretary, distinguished participants, many distinguishable faces are present in this conference. Friends, I'm really impressed by the turnover for this conference. I was told that there was a conference of another similar organization which catered to similar constituency, Indian Society of Agriculture Economics, from 26th to 28th, and we thought that that will have some impact on participation in this conference. But I'm happy to see that hall is not only full, couple of participants could not find seat, and I saw them walking away from the backside. I really appreciate your enthusiasm for attending this conference, and I see my known faces like ICR song, him भूमि से समुंदर के तट तक, मरुभूमि से उत्तरों तक, पूर्वोत्तर तक. So I find people from Kashmir down south and from Gujarat to Assam, all those kind of things. Really a representative kind of pan-India participation in this conference. I also want to share with you that I have grown with this association, both professionally and personally. As Dr. Anjani Kumar said, that though it is a 33rd annual conference, but association was formed a couple of years before that, in year 1987. So that reminds me of 5 years from 87 to 92, when I would say a golden 5 year for agriculture economics profession. Why I say so? Because in those 5 years, two very important institutions were set up for agriculture economics profession. One, of course, is AERA, Agriculture Economic Research Association, and another is National Center for Agriculture Economics and Policy Research. When you look with hindsight that there was opposition, there were criticism of both when they were set up, but I have seen same people who were criticizing these two organizations later became great admirer of both these organizations, ERA as well as NCAP. And when I look with hindsight, uh, I feel that if our peers, our seniors, had not that time taken this initiative to set up these two institutions, I think a sort of void would have been created in the disciplines. That is evident from so many indicators. No need to present KPIs for that, but that I find definitely is there. And what is remarkable is that over time, ERA has become stronger and stronger, and this could be possible only with the committed office bearer, successive office bearer, past president, Dr. Changappa is here, Dr. P. Kumar and many others who nurtured this association, and strong support from the members of this association. And I feel that this kind of academic associations are not only beneficial for the profession, they are equally beneficial for the professionals. So you are all professionals, so it is important in projecting the profession and also in benefiting the professionals in their academic activities and also in their CV that they have contributed toward institution buildings. The importance of institutions like ERA and NCAP, now called NAARM, and other places of research in agriculture economics, I feel also very much relevant for a country like India, because in India, agriculture has a very interesting journey. It has created a large number of surprises and also demonstrated that many of the prescription of development economics do not entirely hold the way they were stated. People have started writing on those kind of things, new thinking on agriculture economics, very, very important. But I feel some of the surprises, like biggest surprise thrown by agriculture of India is, if you look at the growth trajectory of India. It was in the 11th 5 year plan that the people at that time, Montek and group, they coined the idea of technology fatigue. And they emphasized there is a technology fatigue, nothing is happening. But you just find that the structural break happened in Indian agriculture in 2003, 4, 5, and the growth rate accelerated by more than 30% during the period 2005 to 15. So that decade growth rate turns out to be 30-40% higher than what was the long-term growth and what was the growth in the previous decades. After 15, that acceleration did not stop. Normally, after acceleration, you find that it stops. But the acceleration continued, and you just find that the recent 10, 11 years, I published paper on those, that the growth rate further increased by 30-40%, and now it is historically highest 4.5% growth. It is based on this experience of last 2 decades that I speak about new normal in agriculture, which is also mentioned by Dr. Joshi ji, and particularly in the light of talk about technology fatigue, that those are the kind of perceptions which are not so well founded. So I feel it is duty of our profession also to show the mirror, to tell the right way of assessing the things, right way of assessing achievements, successes, using right indicator. That job belongs to economist or statistician. That doesn't belong to agronomist or plant breeder. There are specific nature of the subjects. So I think we should keep highlighting this kind of thing whenever there is a strength, whenever there is a weakness. Like in a lighter vein, I am not attacking Himanshu Pathak, my good friends. You will hear everything. We have record food grain production. Almost every year we listen to it. Any series which has a positive growth, every year there will be record. If every year there is no record, your growth rate is either zero or negative. So when you are taking any production series, whether it is, say, gross value added in services, in industry, in agriculture, yes, because of vagary of nature, sometimes it is possible that it was a drought year, so the production did not reach record. It came down. But overall nature of the series is that it is a record. Every new year should be a record production compared to previous year. Only then you are growing, otherwise you stop growing. Then what is the right way to assess the achievement? This is what economists should tell. To my mind, the right way is not even that this year food grain production increased by 10 million ton. Last year it was 6 million ton, because over time waste increase. With the increase in waste, the increase which you can have is higher. So what is the right indicator? The right indicator is what is the rate of growth, what is the rate of increase. So if Indian agriculture, I would say that if last year it was 4%, this year it is more than 4%, only then it is a record achievement. If food grain production is just increasing from 350 to 357, I consider it as an achievement, but not a record. So this is, I think, how we should look at things based on our disciplinary techniques which we have learned. The second big surprise is about resilience. Uh, we have been reading that climate change is happening, all those things are happening, agriculture is vulnerable. So wheat yield will come down by 10%, 15%. But again, I produced a paper, produced this graph in my paper available on Niti site, Agriculture in Meeting Aspiration of Rising India, which clearly shows that resilience of agriculture was at lowest in 80s, when instability, fluctuation from year to year, was highest. The fluctuation in agriculture output from trend in the recent 10 years is 1/3 of what it was in 1980. It's not that climate change is not happening. So what are those things which help us in countering the adverse effect of climate change? And what message follows from that for innovation and all other things? Today is not the day to discuss those things, but I can say that yes, climate change was putting adverse pressure for bringing down productivity, stress for agriculture, livestock. But on other side, irrigation was rising. Crop intensity because of that was rising. Diversification was happening. New varieties were coming. That there was a terminal heat which affected yield of wheat in northwest India in 2022. The system was already working to develop a variety which is tolerant to terminal heat. So you find that it was countered. It should not be misinterpreted that I am discounting the effect of climate change. I will come to that. But overall, so far, the system threw a surprise that in last 11 years, we did not have single year when agriculture growth was negative. But if you take 10 years before that, there were 3 out of 10 years when growth rate was negative. If you take further 10 years below that, there were 4 years out of 10 when growth was negative. So these are the kind of achievement in agriculture which are I would say, defying the normal perception about distress agriculture, hopelessness in agriculture. And some people, they always look at negativity, even if, like I produced some data in that my paper, that in the last 10 years, the growth rate in income of producer among all sectors is highest in agriculture sectors, much higher than industry, which we always keep appreciating. I'm not talking of level of income, growth in income is highest in the last 10 years. And but there are some people who will go to farmer if farmer is rejoicing these kind of things. Hey farmer, you should not be happy. Your profession is such that you should always be under distress and unhappy. I think if there is a positive side of the story, it is duty of our profession to highlight those kind of achievement, as it has happened that in last 10 years in nominal terms, income of producer has increased by 126%. In no other sector you find this kind of increase. It happened as a result of so many favorable combination of so many factors, yield enhancement, irrigation increase highest in these 10 years, and farmer got best prices in that 10 years. So that is what I think helped in reaching those kind of goals. Third surprise is offered by uh, changes in the employment, which is one of the theme area for discussion in this conference also. So I was just looking quickly when the journal came. So there is a one paper which shows that between 18 and 20 years behind, there is a big decline in number of people working in agriculture, as much as 40 million. That is a graph in the first paper itself. But after 17, 18, you find another surprise that people, the percent of people who are working in agriculture and absolute number of people working in agriculture has seen enormous increase. I'm using term enormous, enormous increase. So what is that which explain this? Is it that we are going negative, or it has some other kind of interpretation? I think when we are talking of innovation, I will come to it. We should talk of innovation in these 3 areas, but also bring innovation in our thinking, innovation in our explanation rather than going for beating path that in review of literature we have read like that, therefore we will also follow that kind of thing because review of literature says that. So not like that, that we imaginatively try to explain things. Coming to the conference, I think maintaining the rich legacy of this association, you selected 3 areas for preparing paper for discussion, which are not only topical, I would say they are also futuristic in nature. Uh, on some of those, Dr. Pathak has spoken, so I will be brief. I will not just repeat those. So first, why we need to talk about innovation in agribusiness. First of all, when we talk of innovation, most of the innovation lead to change, and to handle that change, you require innovation. You need innovative institution, you need to sometime new kind of regulation, new kind of infrastructure, all those kind of things. So number one, the innovation and its consequence are both reinforcing that innovation will lead to say some progress, some increase, some growth, and that growth will require innovation to handle it. So this reinforcing each other is, I think, very, very important. And in agriculture, to think of innovation in agribusiness can be justified on so many grounds. And innovation, when we say innovation in agribusiness doesn't mean only agribusiness in input, agribusiness in output, also agribusiness in services, agribusiness in extension. We need to expand the innovation in agribusiness to expand their sphere beyond the physical kind of input-output aspects to these services aspect also. The biggest reason that why we need to pay attention to agribusiness, uh, many years back, I saw one study that for every one job in agriculture production, there were 10 jobs in agribusiness in US. If there are 1 million people working in agriculture production, so 10 million were working in agri-business, in marketing, transportation, distribution, processing, retail, etc. So that linkage, that forward linkage, backward linkage. So I think in typical sense, when we say that when agriculture development happens, growth happens, people move out of agriculture, it is this healthy agri-business which can make it happen. But in developed country, we are seeing that the number of jobs in agri-business is 10 times or 8 times compared of number of people working in production activity. That shows the development path. That shows that how our agriculture should be moving, and that will require host of innovations. I would say just in the typical food system approach, from farm to fork, from seed to all those stages of agriculture or food, from production till its end use, either in consumption or in industry or any other place. That may involve creating new kind of institution. I found some of the papers are there on startup, very important institutions, and it could be institution of FPO, it could be institution of cooperatives, but two, I would say, encourage innovation in agribusiness. We need to pay attention to requirement in terms of institutions, requirement in terms of what Himanshu said, innovation require investment, it require finance. Yes, those kind of things very important, and also technology. So many things that not always farmer will be harvesting their crop with hand. It involves a lot of drudgery. You require innovation to make agriculture job more lovable, less strenuous, less drudgerous. So in all sphere, you then need this kind of things. But today, I would like to emphasize that when we are talking of agribusiness, because I looked at the list of papers, I just find that there is a concentration on this input and output kind of side. But I feel also need to pay attention to services, not only simple kind of advisory or extension services, even diagnostic, even sending information to farmer about meteorological dimensions, very important, improving, involving digital technology, ICT, etc., etc. There are other reasons also that why we need more innovation in agribusiness, that when the agriculture production increase, the marketable surplus increase at a much faster rate. If the growth rate in production is 3%, you will find growth rate in marketable surplus will be more than 3%, 4% or 5%. So it just faster kind of things. And also when agriculture moves from subsistence to commercial level, you also move from home purchased input to purchased inputs, market inputs. So everywhere you keep thinking you will prepare a long list of innovation, and government is already facilitating this kind of innovations. But I would say innovation not only to promote for this business interest. If we can combine that agri-business innovation which also empower farmers, which also benefit farmers. I don't know whether I said this thing that if you look at the data and over time, whatever is the value addition in production, the value addition beyond production, post-harvest stage, start increasing much faster. So you create more opportunities for income generation in post-harvest than in production. This is obvious that when you produce onion, it sells for 15 rupee a kg in wholesale market, 5 rupees a cost, 10 rupees the value addition. But after that, same Indian onion from 15 rupee, it will eat 50 rupee, and value addition will be much higher. So how you can make farmer as a partner in this? What kind of innovation you suggest? That agribusiness innovation should not only help middlemen, how we can make farmer as a partner. That's why FPO, that's why ONDC, and I think that is what can help some farmer relish their dream. Sometimes farmer dream, if a car manufacturer set his price, if a mobile manufacturer set his price, if the people who produce this water, they decide at what rate they will sell this bottle. So many a time farmer ask this question directly to me. So I tell them, you can do it, but then you have to forget about taking your produce to APMC Mandi and selling it, all those kind of things. So you put your produce, try to create some sort of brand around it individually or as a group. Then you can say that I have 2 quintal of honey. I have wheat which has this quality. I have this kind of chickpea on which I have not used any chemical, or these are its attributes. So this is the price at which I am selling. So this is the way to empower farmer to also become price setter rather than always price taker. So I think there's no limit to considering innovation. I should be mindful of time given to me, but organizer were generous enough to give me 30 minutes. I'm not eating into your time. I'm just taking my 30 times allocated to me. We started a bit late. So climate change, Dr. Himanshu is expert. Even when he was in IERA, I used to interact with him to learn about climate change. And we all know about the special relationship between agriculture and climate change that affect and get affected. So if temperature is rising, car production is not affected whether in Hyderabad temperature is 30 degree or it goes to 40. It will happen. But agriculture is vulnerable, so we have to be more particular about climate change and agriculture. So, and also two major sector of agriculture, one is livestock, another is crop. Let us admit it that in case of livestock, we so far have no effective intervention which can be adopted at farm level to reduce emission from livestock. That's why you are seeing developed country reducing the number of cattle heads. Denmark recently decided to reduce by 15%. In Netherlands, they tried government change, but they wanted to reduce emission by reducing the number of heads. That option, as of now, given our cultural values, all those things, is non-existent. So major responsibility will come on crop sectors. That through crop sector, through land-based activity, can we create more carbon sequestration? Can we do something that there is less emission? And there are possibilities. It's not that possibilities are not there. If you grow rice, simple example, in an area where there is very high rainfall, state of Dr. Anjani Kumar, you will find that most of the time rainfall water will be standing. So whatever emission happen from soil, it will happen whether you grow rice or not, because water is standing on that soil. And compare it with another situation, my state, state of Punjab or Haryana, and you artificially create water standing there, you will find that the difference in emission, extra emission, is enormous. At one place, you created the condition for emission. At other place, emission were happening whether you grow rice or not. So if we can promote cropping pattern according to agroclimatic zone, all those things, these are difficult things, but I feel these are the ways which we have to see that how we can create it. Also, solarization, I feel that offer some option in place of diesel power if you use solar power in agriculture. So these are the ways to reduce emission and to make agriculture not only adapt to climate change, but even to toward this mitigation. The third area chosen for this conference is this women empowerment. I feel this needs special attention for two reasons. One is, of course, equity or equality. We do not want that the wage rate for men should be 500 rupees, for women it should be 300 rupees. When studies show that in some of these jobs, women can be even more productive than men. Yes, in some jobs, men may be more productive than women, but overall, the studies show that if you choose right kind of activities, there are no differences in the productivity of women and men. Rather, productivity of women is more because they work with a better attention, more sincerely than going away every 1 hour to BD taking or something like that. So that why this difference should be there. So we need this equality. That is one reason, and how we can bring it. Most of the paddy transplanting, you find women just bent. Huh? You imagine the impact on their health if 8 hours you are just doing transplanting with your bent body, bent back. So what kind of machinery we can provide? Innovation in machinery to reduce this kind of drudgery is needed. The second big reason, which is sudden development after 1718, that is that work participation of women. In 1718, only 16% of total women were in labor force. You can say workforce, the difference is only of unemployment. But today, you know what is this percent? 34%. In fact, in some of the discussion at a higher level, in one of the meeting of Council of Ministers, Dr. Himanshu was also there at that time when the Secretary Labor presented that because of demographic transition, we are having higher numbers. I told him the increase in number of workers, the increase in number of people who are seeking jobs is much less because of demographic transition, but much more because women have entered into workforce from 16% to 34%. And growth in women labor force in last 7 years is how much? You can't imagine. It is 12%. Overall growth is 5%. Population growth is only 0.65%. So this dynamic necessitates that if women have now decided you can no more confine us to kitchen, we want economic empowerment, we will go, we will work. It started with agriculture, that 70% of increase in women is absorbed in agriculture. That happened in initial stage, but subsequently you will see it happening even in the other sector, even in manufacturing. The increase in women employment is much more than what is the increase in male employment. So you will just see that it is happening. I feel very happy about it, that this kind of development is happening. So then what kind of innovation may be needed in this kind of situations? You might have seen recent change in labor costs, that yes, if women are willing for a night shift, we have no, I think, right to be judgmental that no, you are unsafe, therefore you should not go there. We leave it to women. You look at the situation. If you have this perception, don't go. But we are leaving it to you, providing you opportunity, whether to avail it or not, that you just decide. And other government initiative, Lakpati Didi, Drone Didi, all those kind of things, I think we can talk of similar innovation even in the other areas. But one area where empowerment can come, I took it with the Seva Gujarat a couple of times, that we often talk of women economic empowerment. And we find that in case of dairy sector, there is a very good economic empowerment because women not only milk cows or buffalo, Most of them also go for selling that milk in the outlet, which are now available in most of the villages. So selling 5 kg, 10 kg milk and getting 400 rupees for 10 kg milk. So you get the cash. But in case of crops, what is happening? When the physical produce get monetized, the women are out of scene. All markets you find men are bringing the produce, men are the commission agent, men are the trader, and all those things. So I told Seva, as a model, you start one all women market where women will bring wheat or paddy for sale. Buyer also for their comfort will be women. I told them this is the way you can give economic empowerment to women. Otherwise, whatever economic earning in farm produce will happen, at the time of monetization, it will go to the other sex. So men will just take away whatever is there. So I think this kind of innovation, this kind of out of box thinking we need to do. And I feel that with the um, thinking on innovation in 3 areas, you can contribute to accelerated growth, you can contribute toward inclusive growth, and you can also contribute towards sustainable and resilient growth. So finally, Dr. Gopal Lalji, I just want to congratulate NARM on completing its glorious journey of 50 years. This institute has delivered a very good job of capacity development, not only for ICR. I used to be in some of their committees when demand was coming even from agriculture universities. We also want our entry-level assistant professor, KVK people to be like that training you are having, FOCR, etc. for there. So this shows the faith in the product which they are selling. I think first visited this institute when Tawadi ji became director. Again, I would like to end with the interesting story that I wrote a paper on soybean where I at that time shows that in 40 years there is 0 kilogram increase in soybean productivity. So Dr. Tawadi was director of Soybean Research Center. He was very much upset with me. But and he came to NCAP to discuss with me. You have given this study to NCAP, FAO. You are maligning us. I told him this is what data says. There is a 0 increase. But he said increase in production. Well, it is because of acreage. So anyway, but he started inviting me. I was here at that time, and I found the way NCAP was criticized, the way AERA was criticized. I was in one of the meetings. There was a very senior official that time of planning commission. So there was some person and they were talking about this. They said, "ये क्या है? ये NAARM क्या होता है? ये कहाँ पर है?" Then one that senior person, no problem, I can name it. I'm known for facing situation straight way. It was Dr. Hashim who was member. He said, "अरे वो एक academy बनाई है इन्होंने जहाँ slide कैसे बनाते हैं वो बताते हैं." And today in Niti Yoga, I tell people, you don't know how to create slides. I'm telling you, people are illiterate about creating slides. And I tell them with pride, because I was trained in a particular system, you should take lesson from my slides, which I take. This is not with any kind of arrogance. I'm just telling you that sometimes you undermine other institution just to show that you are superior. That is not the case. NARS system work at a humble level under difficult circumstances. So do you and I. So let us not lose courage. Let us become more stronger and contribute towards, I would say, further strengthening of our institutions and our profession overall. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your profound insights that guides nation's agricultural priorities. Your vision and policy perspectives provide invaluable guidance to all of us working in agriculture, research, and development. Before we move ahead, we would like to honor our esteemed dignitaries for gracing this inaugural session as a token of our respect and appreciation. I now request Dr. Gopal Lal, Director ICAR-NAARM, to present a memento to our chief guest, Professor Ramesh Chand, member Niti Aayog. And to Dr. A.K. Sood, Deputy Managing Director, NABARD. Thank you, sir. I now request Dr. P.K. Joshi, President, AERA, to present memento to Dr. Himanshu Pathak, Director General, ICRISAT. And I request Dr. P.K. Joshi, sir, to honor and present memento to Dr. Samarendu Mohanty, Conference President. Thank you, sir. I now request Dr. Ranjit Kumar, Organizing Secretary, Principal Scientist and CEO, AERA ICAR-NAARM, to honor and present memento to Dr. P.K. Joshi. And to Dr. Gopal Lal, ICAR-NAARM Director. To Dr. Anjani Kumar, Secretary, AERA. Thank you, sir. Moving further, Dr. Anjit Kumar, Organizing Secretary, Principal Scientist, and CEO AIDEA, has made significant contributions in agribusiness incubation, entrepreneurship development, and fostering innovation ecosystems. I request Dr. Anjit Kumar to propose vote of thanks.
Thank you very much. Dr. Mahantes and Dr. Supriya, you are doing a great job. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Still 2 minutes are there. That's why it is still good morning, and I will be brief because we are running late. So, respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, all my gurus, mentors, teachers, a lot many are there. Lot many are there in this building and in this auditorium. My friends, all the faculties and NARM faculty, students, delegates, ladies and gentlemen, it is my proud privilege to propose vote of thanks on the conclusion of this inaugural ceremony of this 33rd AERA conference at this academy. And as we see that we are celebrating Golden Jubilee for this academy, this theme of this conference, these three themes are very pertinent for us also. And that's why we have taken this task of having this and hosting this annual conference. In fact, we are also having several viewers online for this inaugural ceremony, and we will be hosting all the special session also in online mode. So we will be having several viewers in online mode. So I also welcome to those viewers who are joining through online mode.
So first and foremost, I express our deep gratitude to our chief guest, respected Professor Ramesh Chand, member Niti Ayog, for his gracious presence and now inciting address to this gathering. Sir, your honest feedback and insight uh, always push us back to rethink our hypotheses and assumptions we make in our own analysis and research, which we do it. And once we listen to him or read his papers, then you will find that no, whatever you have believed the data, there is more behind the data, and you have to rethink that how you are seeing the same data, and which you have already now realized from his address. So thank you very much, sir, for setting the tone of this conference. And hopefully all the researchers, policymakers, and then practitioners attending this conference will get a lot of insights from your address. We have two guests of honors, Dr. A.K. Sood, NABARD DMD, Deputy Managing Director. Sir, you are not out of this group, and in fact, when you were talking, all the audience were listening you very carefully. And in fact, we were trying to find out where is the window to get some fund from NABARD. So your talk was very inspiring and interesting, and that's why it is very much important. And in fact, NABARD has been big support for this academy, and particularly the AIDEA, which recently I took over the charge of AIDEA, which is Technology Business Incubator Center of this academy. Whenever you find time, please visit that center also, just located where your poster session will be presented. Uh, Dr. Himanshu Pathak, DG ICRISAT, and our former DG ICR, as well as now scientists from ICR system itself. In fact, whenever we are some kind of not disoriented, but we are little dull. So we always call Dr. Himanshu Pathak to motivate us and get some joes at this academy. And so, we are very happy that he has never disappointed us, and he has always obliged. So thank you very much, sir. And you have now elaborately, you have given elaboration of entire all the three themes of this conference and the relevance of these themes in the current context of Indian agriculture. Our conference president, Dr. Samrendu Mohanty, will be talking in detail, and he will be presenting his presidential address after break. But he has been guiding us in conducting this conference. So thank you very much, sir. Although as you have said that you are attending in person first time this conference, welcome to this AERA conference, and welcome to this community. Thank you very much for being here. Uh, Dr. P.K. Joshi, AERA president. Thank you very much, sir. You are the first alumni of this academy. So big hand for Dr. P.K. Joshi. He has been director of this academy also, and in fact, I am here, standing here due to him only. He called me here to join this academy. And so thank you very much, sir. You have given detail of how the AERA works and what kind of agenda we are setting in different conferences and how it has evolved. And today he has also shown that now AERA has gone to next level of when they have joined hands with Sage publishers. And so we are evolving, and we are trying to upgrade that research articles being published and how it is now rated internationally. And that's what the team led by Dr. P.K. Joshi is doing with AERA Society. Dr. Anjani Kumar, AERA Secretary, since last 3-4 months when we are organizing conference, he has been hectically busy in his travel, but still we were traveling him no, around the no, clock, and he has generously given support for everything, and we are still now expecting a lot of support coming from his side. So thank you very much for being now support for this conference. Uh, our director, Dr. Gopal Lal, without his support, we could have not hosted this conference. And in fact, he has approved all the proposals related to the conference. So thank you very much, sir. Thank you. In fact, he has approved for all the students and faculty to be registered delegates of this conference. So big hand for our director, Dr. Gopal Lal. Thank you, sir. We also thank all the directors of ICR institutes located in Hyderabad for joining this important event, and they have been contributing and supporting this event
in different ways. I duly acknowledge the hard work of different organizing committees. So whatever comfort you have now faced and got till now, this is tireless work of all the organizing committee of this NARM. So give big hand for all those organizing committee and the volunteers, all the volunteers. And a special thanks to our co-organizing secretary, Dr. K. Srinivas, who has been now having balance between Indian Society of Agriculture Economics and AERA conference also. Our gratitude also goes to all the distinguished delegates, speakers, researchers, and students who have gathered here from across the country. Sir, we have almost 300 plus registration. We are having more than 150 papers in oral as well as poster presentation. And out of those registered delegates, 50% are young population. And so, yeah, they deserve that kind of applaud. And in fact, in last 1 month we were getting some kind of query, sir, when my presentation will be there, and after that whether I will be free or not. And I can assure you and I can vouch you that this kind of set of minds you will not find in any other event in your lifetime. So better capitalize your time during these 3 days, attend all the sessions and contribute and learn from all those sessions. So thank you very much for turning out in big numbers to attend this conference. This conference is supported by our collaborators like IFRI, RIS, and ICRISAT, and each has a special session during these 3 days events. We are also having industry partners and sponsors like in Niti Aayog, NABARD, Bharat Rohan, NutriCircle, National Turmeric Board, Chema General Insurance, General Agritech, Global Academy of Food Safety and Sustainability, and Mitra Sena. I thank all the collaborators and sponsoring partners in providing the needed support. I express my sincere gratitude to all the NARM staffs and service units who helped in arranging everything in making this conference a grand success. Finally, I thank all of you in the audience for your presence and attention as well as enthusiasm. We look forward to your active engagement during all this session. So thank you very much and Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. In fact, Nobel laureate Abhijit Banerjee said, economics is too important to be left to economists alone. So here we are, some of the non-economists, but then looking forward to these important deliberations. Thank you very much for your vote of thanks, sir. Before formally closing this inaugural function, I have few announcements for the delegates. We have a group